Hi everyone, you guys can just call me Duke, and today I'm gonna be doing something very...
Ragnarok is upon us!
Okay, Fenrir. Today I'm gonna be doing something kinda different. I'm gonna be doing a guide video, which is gonna be very weird, because I haven't done one yet, about anything. So I figured if I am ever gonna do one, might as well do about something I thoroughly know, and that is this fluffy bastard right here.
Hello.
So, this is Fenrir. He is an assassin, and in case no one really knows what that is, I'm assuming most of you do, because, well, why the hell wouldn't you? Considering you probably want to play this god, so you probably already know what assassin is, right? Assassins are high scaling, high single target damage, mobile gods that specify in just that. Basically, assassination. So they're meant, sorry for the blindness, they are meant to kill specific targets, and those targets would be pretty much any squishies. Squishies would be other assassins or junglers if you're playing Conquest. There would be carries, which are the hunters. They're pretty squishy, but they also do a lot more damage than you late game most of the time. And then mages, which are arguably probably your most primary concern, considering how much impact they have in a team fight. So, okay, let's go over his abilities actually. Sorry, I've never done a guide video, so it's gonna be very awkward, but I am gonna revamp it. I'm gonna have multiple parts. This is gonna be part one of the many. Don't know how I'm gonna, like, balance that, but I'll figure it out when I get to it. So, let's talk about his passive. Now, his passive is interesting. Don't get me wrong. But, well, how do I put this? So, it allows you to augment one of your other abilities, right? So, for his leap, it will stun someone. Either stun. And with his 2 or X, or I'm not even sure if it's on Xbox, but you know, you get the point. So his lifesteal buff is increased by 50, so that'd be 70%. Which, that's pretty good, that's a pretty solid thing for me. And then for his brutalize, it becomes an AoE that deals the same percent, 75 there, percent of the damage to nearby enemies. So, let me find a minion wave, so you can see what I mean by 75% of the damage. It'll become an AoE instead of a single target, which is pretty nice. However, the only application of this really is in duel, pretty much. Like, so you see those minions got a bit messed up because of that. Now, granted, normally it'd be a lot more if you know, with items and stuff. However, literally the only time I can think of where this is useful is if you're playing solo or duel. And I'll get to that freaking later because that's a milestones ahead of us. So, what does Fenrir excel at? He excels at, for one, being more than likely one of the most mobile gods in SMITE, because he doesn't have just one leap, he has 2 leaps. One of them is, I'm not 100% sure about this, don't quote me, but I'm pretty damn sure that Fenrir does have the longest reaching leap, I think. I may be mistaken about that, but I can't really imagine anyone else who has a longer leap. I know for a fact Bakasura doesn't, Camazotz, hell no. Yeah, I really honestly don't know who has a longer leap. Maybe, I think Uo might have just as much, but I'm not too sure. And the other thing about him is, most people don't know this unless you play him, but let's see, can I actually look at this? I think I can. Okay, see right here. Fenrir pounces to his target location. If there's an enemy in the radius, he strikes them. So you can say it's a AoE kind of thing, right? but look what it says right there, ability to leap. That is a leap. That is a dead freaking leap. That means, pretend this is a wall, and a very small wall, mind you, but a wall of this in Conquest or Siege or any game mode, you can do this, right? You can do that with any god, but did you know you could do this? Most people don't. Most. Well, maybe not most, but I do think it's a very crucial thing to understand because sometimes you do have to use both of these things to escape, and that is why he's regarded as one of the more mobile gods. So, now I want to go into... We talked about his abilities, kind of, sort of. I mean, there's not much to say about Ragnarok, simply because it's kind of obvious, well, kind of, sort of. So, you get the reposition sound, right? So the most common thing is to put them... Oh, you're just gonna stand? Oh, okay, good. Is to put them inside the tower. So if someone's tower diving you, use your ult on them. If they have a bead, that's fine. You get your ult faster than they get the beads. It's always a good trade-off in my opinion. Even if, well maybe not even if, except if like the whole team is there, like their whole team. But most of the time, beads is gonna be the thing that counters you pretty much. But then again, who doesn't get countered by beads? Pretty much everyone. So you're just another thing to burn it on. And you won't believe how many people actually use beads on his stun from his leap, which I can understand, given I play him, so I understand what's gonna happen if I don't get the hell out of there. But I don't think it's worth it when he has ult, and you know he has ult. So the typical combo for Fenrir is, let me expand these. Alright. Is to hit minions or something, and this is why I really don't like the passive. I actually think it should be reworked because it's pretty much a pain to get it. Because you have the basic things in order to get his runes, right? And anytime you use an ability, even if it doesn't hit the god, hit a minion, even if you completely whip it and you hit absolutely nothing with it, even on your Howl or your Ragnarok, it will expend the runes. Now that sucks, in my opinion, because, well, you kind of need the stun on his one for most of the time. You pretty much 99% of the time you're gonna use it on his one. You're not really gonna use it on anything else. The only time you're gonna use it, because I will explain what all of these do in terms of runes, right? Well, Ragnarok, literally all it is just double its protections. Which is nice, but it's not exactly a thing Fenrir needs, per se. It's only useful when he's... Well, I have to show you physically what I mean, but there's only one instance in where using your runes on Ragnarok is useful. So, enemy gods that Fenrir kills before you activate them. Now, this is a very... This is probably the best thing about the passive, is that if he kills someone, he just gets it back automatically. So, what's a good thing I like to do is... Well, now I kind of need an Odin bot. I kind of don't want to Dragon Minion, but... Say there's a god right here, right? I go in here, stun him, brutalize him, do what the hell ever I do, he's dead. Okay, he's dead. That means I get all my runes back. And say there's a god here, a god here, a god here, and they all want to kill me. Conveniently, there's a god right here. Double the protections, grab him, run away, brutalize the hell out of him, doesn't work, leap out. Fenrir is meant to be a very aggressive character that you have to be smart with. How do you play smart with him? I can't exactly say, quote unquote, textbook definition of what being smart is. You would have to just watch me play or watch anyone else that's good with him to know what exactly it means to be small and aggressive at the same time. I still don't fully understand because I still don't fully perform the best in certain scenarios, you know, reigning as him. But Another thing he really excels at, besides the mobility, besides his high single target, and besides the potential combo with his ruins, his ult and all that, is he's very versatile. You can play him in a lot of different ways, a lot of different, positions. He can be support. He can be jungle, that's what he's meant to do because of his passive. But he can be support. He can be carry. He can be solo. He could be mid if you were really good at him. So, and that all depends on the build. Now, I typically don't like to be tanky as Fenrir just because I don't think it's as fun. However, I've done it before and it's worked, and at the same time, it's also not worked in other games. So it's kind of a high risk, high reward thing. So why the hell would you play Fenrir as a warrior in solo lane or as a guardian in support? Well, if you're playing Fenrir in any role that's besides jungle, you are telling me, you specifically, the player that chose Fenrir for that thing, you were hoping to abuse his early game aggressiveness and power spike to just completely shut out the lane and get an early victory. That's basically the whole point of playing Fenrir in any of his roles. If you have a Fenrir support, he wants to be aggressive. He's not just going to sit there and hit little minions and run away. No, he's going to dive on people constantly. Well, maybe not constantly, because that's a bad thing to do, but the whole nature of Fenrir is aggressive, no matter what role you pick. And that's just a simple fact. That's just how the god is played. If you are aggressive as him, or in general, you really shouldn't play him. And I even tell this to myself because there are times where I try to be overly smart, but that leads to me being passive, and then my lane gets pushed out because I'm not being aggressive. And sometimes I get too aggressive, and I get punished. Because, well, I'm being too aggressive, I'm always the one to fight. So, now that I covered that Fenrir can pretty much be played in a lot of different scenarios, that's another thing. I just now remembered. Don't be afraid to use his ult as a freaking execute. It does a lot more damage than most people think. I literally just saw that off the top of my head, but yeah. So, typically, you always want to get that staple. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I guess if you're going support or solo lane, get reinforced greaves. But at that point, you might just want to allow have a breastplate of valor, at least the first portion of it. Or you would have Mark of the Vanguard. I actually use it on the Loki, believe it or not, ADC Loki, and Loki in Siege. You wouldn't think it worked, but trust me, the little extra protection and health from Mark of the Vanguard does usually a lot for me. Maybe not as much as Fenrir because I have to get a lot more closer than Loki does, considering Loki has that decoy, but still, it's good to know. So, there's mainly two ways to build him, right? There's a couple of different ways. It's like 4, 5, 6, 7, who knows, but there's mostly two. And that's ability-based and auto-based. Autos, in case you don't know, are your basics, just hitting all two. Or whatever the hell it would be on PC, I don't know. But, why the hell would I build Fenrir to just do this when I could do this? Now, granted, it's an Odin Bond, you can't really see the damage, but in the early game, his Brutalize is probably one of the more stronger abilities in early game. It does probably one of the most damaging abilities for physical. It's stupid. It can damn near one-shot people if he's just the slightest bit of a head, kind of, sort of. Well, maybe not that much. You could be kind of decently ahead, but why the hell would I build him to do that when I can just brutalize everyone? Well, see, that's the thing. That's early game. It's early game, meaning no one has items, no one has the abilities up to max, and that's kind of what Fenrir, like I said, is all about. If you pick up Fenrir in one of those roles I mentioned, you're hoping to abuse his early game aggressiveness and power spikes, and that's because of Brutalize. And I would say it's early to mid game, so first 10 minutes, I suppose. I think, if I'm thinking about this right. So, at that rate, what about the rest of the game? How about late game, where hunters crit for freaking thousands of damage, mages one ability one-shots you, guardians never die, and warriors are just immortal because they do damage and they never die. Well, that's kind of the problem. See, his damage with his brutalize falls off, even if you build full ability based, like so. Like that. And then, I'm not even sure what the hell you would go for this. I guess just full on that, you know? Just full on this. Full pen, full everything, just straight up. Alright. So let's see. With Heartseeker, how much would this brutalize do against this Odin bot? It might do a lot. 270, 270, 270, 270 times 4 plus 210. So, let me just do the math for that real quick. 270 times 4 plus 210. That's 1,290 damage. Okay, that's really nice. Right? You're thinking that's really good, considering, I mean, look at Fenrir himself. He only has 2,015. You pretty much killed him at that point, right? He only has 800 health. He has less health than the level 1 Fenrir, right? Well, no, because that's a level 1 Odin bot with no items whatsoever. Now the 294 basics, that's not all that bad. That's not bad. It can be better. That's not bad. But just think about this. Almost hitting for double now. And granted, you can do the same thing with his brutalize, yes, of course. However, late game it still does fall off. And in my honest opinion, even if this is not a build I would ever really go with Fenrir. I mean, when I first started playing, I did this. Now granted, this still sounds like it makes sense. But hey, it worked. I have thousands, maybe not thousands, hundreds of video clips of me just killing everyone. What the hell is the stone cutting sword passive? I even know I didn't even use it. I hardly even basicked. Kinda sort of. If I did, it was just for freaking Heartseeker. I completely forgot about that. But my point is, I wouldn't necessarily go for this. Now, what would be a build I would go for? Well, let's see. Now, I'm kinda on the fence here, because now I I'm starting to use this a lot more, but traditionally that's not what I do. I'm only just now starting to use it, so what would I use? Well, first of all, use this.
They will not get far.
Now, this is Hasten Katana. It's the new, well, not new, but basically, when I hit someone with a basic, find this owner. So you notice how I'm slow, right? And I get fast. Well, with this thing, not a difference. So this means, with Fenrir, his brutalize is a lot, right? Well, you can do the same thing with his autos now, basically. The only thing is, it can't chase a dash, obviously, because it's just way too fast. Which is another thing I actually forgot to mention. I really said this. But, if a character has a dash, doesn't matter what type of dash it is, really, as long as it is considered a dash, whether it's Rama, Mercury, Chiron, Saronis, Apollo, I think. I mean, you'll probably get stunned, but yeah. And even Zablanke. When he literally flies in the air for the second part of the dash. If someone has a dash, you will stay locked on him. So that means, if a Cupid tries to run from you, or a Ratatasker tries to run from you, and you realize them that, hey, they're slowly turning away from you because they're about ready to dash out, you can brutalize them, and the brutalize will just keep on them throughout the dash. And most people panic when they see a Fenrir up in their face, just hitting them for lots of damage, and so they think, oh, I'm just gonna dash out. Well, that's the thing, you can't really do that with him. So the best piece of advice I have for you is, if you're playing a Fenrir, is to save your brutalize. If the character has a dash, if they don't, then feel free to use it, but if they have a dash, and you really want to kill him, you really want to secure the kill, wait until you notice, or you just have that feeling they're about to dash, whether it's towards you, to like maybe juke you, or like to bumfuck Egypt, just predict and brutalize them. Now, what the hell was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about builds. So, Katana on AA based Fenrir, it's a must. It's a must on pretty much any auto assassin. Jotun's, I get that second item hands down always, because it's got really everything you could ask for besides tankiness, which, I mean, I'm not going for that anyway. The 40 power is good, it's amazing. 10 pen, okay, that's good, that's what I want. I want a lot of pen. And then the 20% cooldown reduction, that's where it really shines, because early game, Jotun's is meant to synergize with Fenrir as a statement to make longer use of his early game brutalize. And even his leap. His leap actually does a decent amount of damage. 384, that's not bad considering what I have, which is pretty much nothing in the grand scheme of things. His leap does a lot more damage than most people think. It can be used to secure a kill, so don't be afraid to just jump on someone and automatically try to run, because, well, you just try sitting on them, basically. That, and the cooldown from it is really nice because of Unchained, primarily because if you hit a god, the cooldown's half, right? So, with Jotuns, just Jotuns alone, I could have Hydras, I could have Soul Eater, like me 4 cooldowns, but just with Jotuns and the built-in cooldown reduction. 5 seconds. It was 6 for a split second, but it's basically 5 seconds. That's pretty reasonable considering you have another little movement ability, and you have this, which, in case you can't tell, it actually buffs your speed. Ragnarok actually buffs your speed by 50%, which I think is pretty damn good. And if all else fails, use your howl, you jumped on people, you brutalize them, you can't kill them, you're about to die, or you're so close to getting them, don't be afraid to use Ragnarok. Don't save it for when they are tower diving. And you need to understand of when you need to save it for that, because if you're being all out aggressive, killing everything, or trying to at least, perfect opportunity to drop your ult, bite someone, and if it doesn't kill them, that's fine. Because you can drag them in the tower still, or you can just basically just haul them away from your team, or their team, to yours, or by yourselves, which is the more likely thing I do. I don't like to stand there with that thing in my mouth saying, hey guys, come and kill this, because 1, that's my kill. 2, they don't ever realize that Fenrir is standing right in front of them with the thing in their mouth. And 3, I don't like to be a big, yellow, glowing wolf saying, hey, I got your friend, come kill me. So instead, I just take them, I run, and if you know it's right there, you can pause and respect that. When I have that gun in my mouth, I can hit them with an auto before they even are able to do anything. So this is very nice, considering if you have Hydras. Let's go with Hydras, let's go with... Okay, this is full cooldowns right here. Now granted, it's gonna be a bit, but you can use Hydras. Hydras is a good item on Fenrir. It's not particularly my favorite, kinda sort of, simply because, I mean, there's nothing really bad about it. Like, the passive's nice, the power's nice, cooldown, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't like it? But to me, I always couldn't find a room for it because I always liked other things. Mostly stuff like Executioner, or even Kings. So, now that my Ragnarok is here, let me show you what I mean again. Hit them. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so in case you don't know what happened with that, you can cancel his brutalize, alright? You can cancel it with all one, or whatever the heck it is on PC. Good strategy to do. It really baits out abilities, baits out stuns, baits out a lot of things. When someone sees that their friend is getting brutalized, they automatically go, okay, we need to kill him, and then you just cancel it, and then you leap away, and then there you go. Like, there have been people who have popped Aegis over this thing, or beads. I don't know why you would pop beads on a brutalize, but I've seen it done, and I'm not sure why. Probably because they think I'm about to ult them. And you can do the same thing with your ult. You can cancel your ult early, because it's 2 seconds, right? And if you play Fenrir or you just know the game in general, you know, okay, at this time he's going to drop him and we can kill him because he's CC immune doing his ult, right? Well, you can grab him, cancel it, and then auto them again. And you saw because of the passive, that was just a higher damage because of Hydra's passive. I could go on and on and on about how to use his abilities effectively, like Endure. You could have your, like, a good strategy, a good aggressive strategy I like to have Endure is, say the guy's right here, or whatever, it doesn't even matter. I brutalize him, as I brutalize him, all the other minions takes damage, my minions are shooting at them. It's a good aggressive thing, but it can backfire really quickly. I can go on and on about his abilities and how to use them, but that's more of a thing you can have to learn on your own. I'll make a more detailed video about all of it, but those are just kind of the basics. I mean, there's not very much I can cover in all honesty, besides just basically re-watching clips of mine and telling you what I did, why I did. But, like I said, for the most part, you're using your runes on your 1, you're sometimes using your 2 if you're in a boxing match, or you're just trying to lifesteal off camps. You only really use it on your 3, your brutalize, when you are in solo lane or duels, because the 75% damage really, technically it should do a lot more damage, but because of just how teams are, they're never really, no one's ever really close enough to your the one you brutalize and they get the damage off, so it's not reliable at all. In Ragnarok, you can save it for tower divers and punish them, or you could be aggressive it, jump on them, tower dive them, and then drag them back to your tower. I've done it many times, and that's kind of the more aggressive thing I like to do. I really don't like to use my ult to counter tower diving, simply because I want to be the aggressive one. But it's a good, smart way, and if you tower dive a Fenrir, you are pretty stupid in my opinion. Like, I don't care how garbage he is, if he hits you with that thing and you don't have beads, you are going to die, and you're going to feel stupid because you tower dived a Fenrir above all things. It's like tower diving an audio, it's literally the same thing. So, I think that might cover most of this portion, in terms of who is Fenrir, what is he good at, what is he not good at. Well, actually, I didn't even cover that. Let me cover that now. He's not good at being passive. So if you're the one that just likes to tell to clear minions, maybe pop a little ability at the enemy and run away, that's not kind of what you do. Or that's not how I think you should do. Because I'm no pro, okay? In fact, I'm pretty much nothing. Gonna admit that. But here's my main, so I figured, hey, why not? I've seen other guides on Fenrir, I've seen it, and I've watched them for my own purposes on how to learn, and just to see what other people know, and what they think about the god and everything, and what they think he could be capable of. But this is just all personal preference, all just me bullshitting about God the Ice, especially now. Basically. So you don't have to take everything I say for word, because like I said, I don't know nothing. I'm not even good at conquest here. I'm not even good at jungling. At least not yet. I will be one day. But yeah. Oh, and one more thing. He has a lot of mobility, but he's also very squishy. So, the one thing that kills him is CC. It's not damage that kills him. It's, well, actually it is if you're dumb. But if you're a smart Fenrir player, if you're good with Fenrir, then you will know, or other people that you know that play him well enough, know it's not ever going to be damage that kills him. It's never going to be that Ra that can snipe you across the map, that Llama ult. It's never going to be a Poseidon. It's never going to be a big, powerful fuck you ult, or a hunter that can crit for thousands. The one thing that kills Fenrir, and unlike all other assassins, is CC, stuns, silences, lids. Those are the damn things that kills Fenrir, because without his mobility, he's pretty much nothing. He's like a Genji, pretty much. Which is why I don't care what you're going up against. Be on the safe side, 9 times out of 10. Pick beats for your first relic. I still do it. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, who doesn't burn beads now? I mean, audio can burn like full teams if, you know, they really had to, and then some. Okay, so that's gonna be it for part 1. I hope this was helpful, question mark, because I really don't know. But I'll go over in the next video. I'm thinking builds. Is gonna be the next portion. And then the next one will be more about his abilities, how you can combo them, and then maybe another video about how you can play him in different game modes and all that. And I'm basically, I think for the last video, it'll be just Q&As about Fenrir and what the hell you can do with him, what's good on him, what's not good on him. But hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully. I don't really know. Probably not. Nobody's ever gonna watch this. My channel's gonna die. Feels bad, man. But yeah, it's whatever. I'm doing this basically for all the other Fenrirs out there that want to learn this god. Because believe me, I have seen some really bizarre builds that really just don't make any sense. Like, I've seen a Fenrir with freaking... What the hell is it even?
It's working!
Yeah, I've seen a Fenrir with freaking... Terraria boots. I didn't even know that was the name of the item. That's so underplayed. I've seen Fenrirs do something like this.
Hello.
Can I help you?
May
Yeah, I saw him, man.